Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Right now, West Fargo school leaders are deciding whether to change the Return to Learn plan for the district. If the board moves to change the plan, all students would be allowed back in the classroom when Cass County's risk level is blue, green, or yellow.
Previously, both green and yellow called for a hybrid model for the West Fargo district. If passed tonight, it would be a phased approach, first moving pre-K through 5th grade to the classroom, followed by the middle school and high school. We are following the district's decision. We'll have much more for you tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10.
Meanwhile, Fargo Public Schools is offering a new virtual academy option for elementary students. This comes as it is preparing to conduct in-person learning 4 days a week starting October 26th.
Now, if you'd like to enroll your child, contact your child's school registration. It ends at 3 p.m. on Friday, 3:30 on Friday. You'll be noticing that next Monday if your child has been accepted. For more information, log on to our website at valleynewslive.com.
Emergency education relief grants are now available for schools in North Dakota. The money will be used to develop and improve the availability of distance learning techniques and technologies.
But school districts have to apply for it. Districts may receive up to $200,000 each based on their application. You can find a link to the application on our website. It's due on the 23rd.
I bet there haven't been any complaints about today's weather because we've seen what the rest of the week looks like. Before we get to that, though, let's take a look at this evening. Hutch?
Oh, thanks, Andrea. Yes, a beautiful way to start the week. Some of the wind from the weekend has left us behind, as has thunderstorm activity. You're looking live from our view down at the Dakota Magic Casino. Beautiful colors down there on the South Dakota border. Well, a few clouds building into the area as well. Temperatures 50s northern Minnesota and the Devil's Lake Basin, holding on to near 60 in our southern counties for now. Now, the wind is decreasing, but the clouds are increasing. Radar picking up a few echoes moving into the Devil's Lake area and the James River Basin. These are not all reaching the ground. There'll be a better chance of some showers as the activity out west works its way in. That's not until overnight. So your planner in Fargo shows temperatures this evening slowly working their way down through the 50s. These clouds will help keep us from getting too cold. Enjoy your evening tonight. Pretty quiet out there. I'll have details on the timing of some overnight showers of rain, and then we'll talk about a chance of flaky and snowy weather for some here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
The Marshall County Sheriff's Office is asking you to keep an eye out for this 13-year-old girl. Authorities say Haley Mock disappeared Saturday night, and if you have any information on her whereabouts, call the Sheriff's Office. The phone number is there on the bottom of your screen, 218-745-5411.
Traffic is flowing again along Highway 11 and Richland County Road 1. It was closed as investigators looked into the rollover of a semi loaded with corn. Authorities say Jeremiah Medenwald was trying to turn when his Kenworth, towing a hopper grain trailer, toppled on the driver's side. He wasn't buckled in and was able to get out of the truck on his own. He was taken to Sanford Hospital in Fargo.
The road along Interstate 94 near Downer, Minnesota was closed for several hours today because of a crash. Authorities say it happened before 9:30 this morning on the I-94 milepost 15 in Clay County. A semi hauling metal poles westbound on I-94. It lost control, causing it to roll into the center median. The semi lost a load of metal poles into the eastbound lanes, hitting a Chevy Captiva, which then rolled into a ditch. 2 people in the Chevy were taken to the hospital with what were described as non-life-threatening injuries.
More people are dying on Minnesota roads. Authorities say 308 people have died since January 1st, compared to 277 at this time last year. But there have been fewer DWI arrests. So far, more than 18,000 arrests this year, compared to nearly 22,000 at this time last year.
Fire alarms disrupted classes this morning at Liberty Middle School in West Fargo. Tonight, the search continues into the cause. It broke out in a restroom and the school was evacuated as a precaution. A staff member put the fire out with an extinguisher before firefighters arrived, and no one was hurt.
The Grand Forks Fire Department is now ruling a residential structure fire as accidental. It happened last Wednesday. Officials say a cigarette ignited a wooden shelf and the fire traveled up the shelf to the ceiling. The fire was contained to the garage.
A Grand Forks family is speaking out tonight after they saw their dog was killed by another dog off its leash. It happened in the 1600 block of North 5th Street last Friday night when Maya Patridge says that her neighbor's pit bull fatally bit Tiny the Chihuahua. But Patridge emphasizes this is more than a pit bull issue.
It's an owner error. If it took 30 seconds to put a leash on that dog, our dog wouldn't be gone and that other dog wouldn't have to be at the Humane Society and be euthanized.
Since 2019, Grand Forks police say that they've only responded to 4 animal bite calls, adding that the consequences are on a case-by-case basis. Police say a pet owner's first leash law violation is a citation around $30. The second offense is a mandatory court hearing.
Call it growing pains for residents of Horus. New projects will likely lead to taxes going up. As a result, several Horus residents are against a new $4.5 million City Hall building. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has details on the plan.
I have a really hard time backing this project.
Nearly 200 people living in Horus have signed a petition opposing a new City Hall building. Plans call for things like underground parking and fitness facility for their employees only. Erin Sarbaum has lived in Horus since 2006, and like many others, she says the city is only looking out for themselves.
There's other problems in the community that need to be fixed before we put this type of money into a project that is not needed.
We're not looking for an extravagant building.
Right now, there are more than 2,700 people living in Horus. Mayor Corey Peterson says it's projected to grow 220% over the next 5 to 7 years and have outgrown their facility.
I know that's been a comment that's been made, but that's not what the point here is. The point is it's something functional. So I don't have staff sitting 2 feet away from each other.
Mayor Peterson says there's talk of extending the new City Hall in the next few years for a police department. The gym and underground parking would be used for officers and city vehicles.
I'd like to try and have as much of the city resources pay for this and not have to go to the taxpayers if we don't have to. We probably will have to do some, but I don't want them to have to pay the full thing on this because that's not. I don't believe that's right.
Those questioning the proposals say they just want their voices to be heard and don't believe what's proposed is needed. To find the link to the proposal, the petition drive, and when the city plans to talk about it again, download our VNL News app or go to the Horus Facebook page. In Horus, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Meanwhile, a spokesman for the city of Fargo says they sold bonds in order to build City Hall in 2018. Those bonds will be repaid over the next several years, but the city says they were fortunate to be bonding at a time of very low interest rates. We also checked with West Fargo, which is building a new $10 million fire department. The city of Moorhead says there are no major building projects at this time.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a former NDSU Bison football player is leaving Las Vegas for a chance to play with another NFL team.
But next in weather, we started out the morning chilly in Grand Forks, 33 degrees to start there. Not bad tonight, but we have some much colder weather returning for the week ahead. Details are straight ahead.